Hey, you're watching 757 Hustle Show. My name is George. What's up, everybody? It is June 8th, 2026. It is 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. We are streaming all over the place tonight. So wherever you are, say hello in the comments. If it's your first time here, welcome to everybody. And check out the channel. There's a lot of stuff. Show support for everybody who's on the panel tonight. A lot of great people, good friends of the show, good people in general. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's bring them all up here. First of all, my man, Derpy Entertainment. What's up, brother?
It's
Uh,
good,
the,
George.
the talented artist. We got Lizzie Dillon, who's been hanging around here. Also, international superstar fandom. What was that I called you? Oh, yeah, representative of fandom international. Maria
Yes.
Dos Lunas is here. And also from New York, Frankie G. He's watching the Knicks. He's got Frankie G's got 20 G's on the New York Knicks right now. That's how he does, man.
I got to
And
try
who
and buy
else?
game tickets.
Yeah, how much are tickets for those games, right? The Knicks game, it's crazy, and even the FIFA games, they're
Insane.
charging like $100,000 just to go see one of the FIFA games. I'm like, this is crazy, man. So, and tonight we are covering. I hope you guys get to see it because we're going to be spoiling a lot of stuff. Masters Universe. Look at us all looking pretty cool right there. I got something to say for Colt, but I'm going to wait for Colt to jump on for all you guys so we can share it together. Real quick, Kenzo Creations. Hey, happy Monday, Motu. We have the power, baby. Yeah, man. Kenzo, if you want to jump on, man, hit me up on the Instagram. I'll send you a link, brother. We're just chilling out. Oh, there he is. Speaking of the devil, Mr. Hollywood. Mr. Hollywood, everybody. Colt said, I'm not going on stage. I'm not going on stage until everybody's out there, and I got all my green men in him. He sent me this whole list. Ever since he came back from Hollywood, Colt's got a whole list of everything he's do. Colt, I don't know if you met everybody, but Colt, that's Derpy, Lizzie, Frank, Maria. We're all here. Thank you for stopping.
Hello. Thanks for having me. And I just want to be very clear that I am a nobody farm boy from Idaho. So this Hollywood stuff, just stop it.
You'll
It's
always be
weird.
Hollywood to me, man. You'll always be Hollywood to us, brother. You represented us out there.
Thank you.
That's why. That's what it is. That's why I say you're Hollywood. You represented us out there. And just like when Derpy goes to give blood for comic books, he represents us too sometimes.
Love it. Love it.
Anyway, guys, thumbs up, thumbs down in the camera. How we like the movie? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Everybody liked it? Everybody cool? All right. Not perfect, but cool.
Wait, were we supposed to watch the movie before we did this tonight?
Oh, you're in for a surprise.
Maria, how many times have you seen it?
Just once. Just once. I have to go again. The first time I watched it in English, and the next time I'm gonna watch it with the Spanish dubbing.
The Spanish dubbing? Well, I'd like to hear that. El hombre.
El hombre.
I know. Colt and Frank. How many times do you guys see? Frank, how many times have you seen it already?
3. Tomorrow is 4.
Tomorrow's 4. Colt?
Nice.
4.
4? Oh, Colt's got the lead. Derpy, how many times do you watch that on your phone?
1.
And Lizzie?
I've seen it once. I'm going tomorrow for my second time.
Second time? I saw it twice. I loved it. The first time I saw it, it was that Wednesday. It was funny because Frank called me. I was so excited. I had my days wrong. I was posting on Instagram, today's movie day, and Frank's like, yo, dummy, it's tomorrow. I was like,
it's like celebrating Christmas on Christmas Eve.
Like Thanksgiving, bro. I was on Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas.
So we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, so yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. And then finally I was like, oh, my wife was ready, she was gonna clock out. We were gonna shoot out to the movie theater or whatever. And then all of a sudden she's like, what do you mean? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I was so depressed. But when I finally saw it, that's the first movie in a long time that I wanted to rewatch again. Like right away. I haven't felt like that since Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was
it was electrifying, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and I know we'll all talk about it, but to me personally, As a Motu movie, it kicked ass. As a movie, it kicked ass. As a regular movie that has nothing to do with the shit I like, you know what I'm saying? It kicked ass also. I enjoyed it. You know, yeah, there could have been stuff like this here and there we could have dialed up, but Derpy, man, what do you think? You're the youngest one here, I think. You're the youngest one here. You didn't grow up on He-Man. So how's this?
I grew up on the 2000s one.
Well, that's a good stuff to grow up on. Yeah, ain't
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that.
That's a great entry point.
I knew of He-Man. Never watched the old one. Watched obviously the 2002 one or 2003 one. But going in, I wasn't expecting much, but then coming out, I was overwhelmed with
Derpy was
movie.
nonstop. When are we going to talk about it? When are we going to talk about it?
Right.
When are we gonna talk about it? Nonstop. This guy never calls me. This guy was calling me on the phone. When are we going to talk about it? When are we going to talk about it?
I was very overwhelmed how positive the movie was.
Yeah. I was like, Monday, bro. Monday, we're gonna get together. We give everybody some time to, it's so good. Frank, was there a lot of people? Because you're from New York, so is there a lot of people when you went to go see it?
No, I was very surprised how little there was in all of the theaters that I've been in.
Mhm.
Not one
sure.
was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them were more than 50%.
Do you guys feel there was more Motu fans instead of just regular moviegoers when you went?
I think mine was kind of an even mix. I think
Yeah.
there are obviously a lot of fans in there, but I think there are people in there who were just general audience kind of thing.
The first showing I went to, I loved it. There was a Latino family there. I'm not even exaggerating. I couldn't stop laughing because I told my cousins the story, and I was like, it was like all my family was there. They were all dressed in Motu t-shirts. They had the swords. They had everything, and you can hear the girls, the wives, the girls, whatever the females were. You could hear them going, "Hi, mira, Scringer!" Oh, they were rooting in Spanish and shit like that. And I was loving it. I was loving it because you can feel the presence. You know what I'm saying? A fandom and stuff like that. The
Mhm.
theaters were empty. I feel this is gonna get hit with one of those things, one of those great movies that nobody went to go, like Dread, Dread with what's his face, the Judge
Urban.
Dredd movie,
Yeah, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban's Dread. Yeah, one of those type of movies where
Kick-ass movie, by the way.
Say again.
Kick-ass movie. I love that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. There's a lot of movies out there that it just don't do good at the block, but doesn't mean they suck. It's just it didn't, and especially now it cost me. It cost me like what? You guys are going to the movies 3-4 times. That's already like over $100, not
Mhm.
including gas and everything else you got to spend. So,
Right.
it deters a lot of people, especially a lot of people who. And I ain't gonna lie, I got stuck liking watching movies at home.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yeah, I gotta go. I'm there. I was there. Like I said earlier. I was there at Thanksgiving for Christmas. All right, you're watching the 757 Hustle Show. My name is George. We are hanging out here with a bunch of Motu fans. We are talking about the Masters Universe. We all saw it. We're all very excited. Lizzie,
Yes.
what do you think? What do you think about you're an artist, you like art. What do you think about the scenery? How was the scenery presented to you?
I was so overwhelmed, like in the best of ways. Like I felt like watching it, it was just like everything I could have dreamed of as like a kid of what I wanted this movie to be like, and it was doing it. And I loved like when they were like in the forest and like all the rainbow colors that were in the foliage and stuff that were just like popping out. Like I was just like, I mean, it was like eye candy the whole time. So I mean, I really was just blown away by the visuals, to be honest. I
I,
mean, from what we got was like in our like this the screenshots, what we saw in the trailer, I think was really cool. But like this just was a lot in a good way.
do we think those islands in the sky is Avion?
I think possibly.
Possibly, maybe, or just
Maybe.
trying to make us think that's us. That was badass, man. I love. And I did the spoiler review, and I tried so hard. I tried so hard. So when I had Colt on, Maria, when I had Colt on afterward, Colt's like, "So what do you want to know?" Colt's like, "I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about this." I know now. I know what you felt like, brother. Now I know what you felt like because I was the same way. I was just, you don't want to spoil it. You're just so excited for what you saw.
Yeah,
You know?
and but
Yeah.
but it's that feeling of like you're just excited for people to experience this and discover the world as it's presented and just all the cool moments and all the feels that you get in the cool moments, like just
Maria, what do you think about your Prince Adam?
Oh, I love him.
I
Yeah,
know you
he's
love that guy.
the perfect Adam. He's my favorite character, and I think Nicholas just portrayed him to perfection. And I have to confess something. I took a day off from work so I could go on a Wednesday to the first ever screening at
W.
right afternoon. So that because I was not taking any spoilers, and I'm glad that I did, because as soon as I came back home, the internet was exploding with spoilers, like
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Marco and Shira and everything. So I think I made the right choice going there.
We're like the Matrix.
Yes.
Yep.
Dodging
I'll
spoilers.
say on the admin side of things with like He-Man.org, we were like scrambling to keep spoilers off because people were just posting them left and right, and it was just like we couldn't keep up with it. It felt like 5
I
would
ain't
go
gonna
up
point
for every
fingers,
one we
but
would
on
delete.
my Instagram, it was the not the Latino guys I had on. It's the other channel. It's the other planet.
Tamienos, no?
Not them. There's another one. It was another one, and they just kept. And some of the images I have for tonight, I actually snagged from them because it was just like nonstop, the video, everything. Like I'm like, holy crap, man! I just came
Well, and
home.
I was surprised with how many like cell phone videos people were
Yeah.
posting. Like that's
Yeah.
great. Like I'm scared to pull my phone out and like check to see what time it is in the theater
Because
because
the
I don't
light.
want to be
Even
I don't
because
want
the
yeah
light light
yeah
up
I
the-
don't want to be that guy. But like to see people just like holding their phones up, recording the screen, I was just like, man, that's some Seinfeld Kramer stuff going on.
Derpy said that his bootlegger said that his bootlegger was able to set up the tripod. That's how empty.
He had one
Wow.
in the balcony, one in the
Yeah,
got to get all the angles.
yeah. He set up 3 cameras for just to get that. Speaking of which, let me interject real quick. I saw there's a new type. I know I rarely go to the movies in a long time, so there's a new movie theater that's got 3 screens, and it picks up
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird wraparound
Screen X.
screen. Yes, Screen X. Thank
That's what I'm going to see tomorrow.
Oh, good for you.
So
you.
jealous.
Now, is that the one that also does like the
The chairs.
where the seats shake and
No, that's
stuff?
4DX. That's what I saw
4DX.
yesterday.
Oh,
How was that?
MVP.
That's why I said I have to go. I'm going to every incarnation that I
Yeah,
can.
every yeah.
The last one's in the bathroom on the toilet watching the
That's when it hits streaming.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I was like, what? We were talking about Prince Adam. The only delivery that really bothered me, and I think I figured it out why. Evelyn's delivery bothered me. The sound of her voice kind of bothered me. But I went back. I watched Filmation again. She did portray the female version of Evil. Filmation version. She portrayed her. I guess I got so much of Netflix Evelyn. I have so much of 2000X Evelyn. 87 Dolph Lundgren Evelyn is amazing. So I guess I had so much of that I forgot how quirky original Evelyn was. As she did have that voice, Skeletor, right? She had that crazy ass voice, but at the same time, she do stuff like, "Oh, look, it's Skeletor." Like she'd be all goofy, like the way Alice would be. So I kind of take back my that, but I think all the performances were freaking cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I didn't like was Battle Cat's voice as an adult.
Okay, thank you. I'm so someone else said it because I was like, why does it sound so meek? Like, and I don't know. It sounded like Remy from Ratatouille.
Yeah, to me, it sounded like the Jewish lawyer from The Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Well, and there was the weird like even Baby Cringer sounded too much like young Adam.
Yeah,
That like it was hard to tell which one was talking.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. That was one of my quirks. The one thing that was like, okay, if I could have changed it, that was in like my like upper thing was Cringer's voice just overall. Because I love Cringer, and I'm like, okay, could we have gone with a little bit deeper voice and a little bit, closer to what the 87 was?
Kind of like that little bit of a growl to it or something.
Yeah, just something. And
Something.
then changed
he was like
more.
this. He was like this. I'm not going in there. I'm like,
Yeah,
Right.
it sounded like something from like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, like back in the day.
Well, it sounded more like Orko than Cringer.
Yeah, he did sound more like Orko. The jokes. Okay, so I'm gonna say a couple of things that bother me. Cringe's voice that did bother me. I think, and I spoke to this with Colt. I think it was a miss not seeing He-Man transform Cringer.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think that was a big miss in the film. I think that would have been, everybody would have been like, that would have been the scene in the Star Wars movie when you see Yoda pull out his lightsaber.
Yeah.
But here's how they fix it, George. Here's how they fix it. The sequel begins with Adam doing the monologue from the cartoon, and we see the entire transformation sequence, and then we're hit with the title card of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
That works for me. That
Yeah.
works. Because at least we get to see him in the battle armor.
Yeah.
At
Yes.
least,
I was
you know,
happy
I think
about
that was one of my big disappointments is it was too little of Battle Cat, and we
I
didn't
agree
get to
with
see
that.
like them fighting together in that form. I would have liked more of that.
I would have rather had more Battle Cat than like I like Roboto, but like I would have rather like to trade off here. I would have rather
Mhm.
had a little more of a Battle Cat.
I would have taken out the whole Skeletor and Prince Adam's head and get more Battle Cat, more
Oh,
action.
I see what you're saying.
You know, you
Yeah.
could have done anything else, like, you know, whatever, just see his mom and dad when he was a kid or something like that, just to mess with
Yeah.
them and have more. So, and I think another miss was not calling Office Skeletor, calling him Daryl. I think that was a miss.
Well, upon rewatching it, there's like Skeletor hits someone as he's walking into the office, but there's also a guy like slumped down on the floor, and I think that guy's Daryl. I think that is Daryl.
Might be
laying
Daryl.
dead on the floor.
Good catch.
So Adam killed him in his mind.
Mhm.
Daryl.
Maria, you get the first one tonight. That's the first. Yeah, Adam killed him in his brain, so that's why.
Okay.
I would have done it. I was losing my mind, and then all of a sudden I would have had the Adam's boss be like, "Daryl, what are you doing here?" You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
and then
funny.
they'll be like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah."
Well, HR Skeletor gives me life, and it's gonna be a lot of memes.
I was telling my wife that might be
so
that
many
might be
for years and end.
That's gonna be a cosplay right there.
yeah. I was telling my wife today that might be my Halloween costume this year is the HR Skeletor.
HR
Yeah,
It's
Skeletor.
just so good.
I had a friend that said that they foresee that being the big 2026 cosplay of the year.
Yeah, I can see it. It's
I like that
it's good.
look. I agree.
The Jim Bro Skeletor is very good too.
Yeah, bro.
I
Yeah.
agree. I wish with the end they would have Adam transform one more time, then turn Cringer to Battle Cat, then show them riding
Yeah,
off.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
like Colt said, save some for the sequel. Save
Yeah.
some for the sequel. The action was badass.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
action was there. And I said this. That's the first thing I said. This is a Marvel movie with the humor, like with the lighthearted tones. You know what I'm saying? But the action is Keanu Reeves, John Wick. I
Yep.
mean,
Yep. My
Just-
husband said that when he threw the axe, he said, "This is like John Wick."
Yeah. It was very well choreographed, and it didn't. Some scenes have a little bit of it, but it didn't feel like it's just a bunch of guys waiting around for their turn to get hit. Like it felt,
waiting to do
Yeah.
this.
it felt more dynamic than that.
I mean, first of all, there's a lot of fight scenes. And I can't wait to actually be able to pause and rewatch and stuff like that. But Man at Arms versus Trapjaw in the hallway.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
When Trapjaw turned that corner, I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "What is going on here?" It was like Darth Vader just walked into the room.
Yeah.
It's funny because there was somebody on, I think it was either Twitter or Threads, but they were complaining about how bad the He-Man movie was, and they posted a video of the Snake Mountain fight scene as their example for it being a bad movie. It's like you could have picked any other clip to support your point, but this ain't it. Like,
But
They're just
for
gonna
spoilers, that fight scene, He-Man fights about 15 people
Yeah.
same time.
mhm.
Just the way we did with the action figures, just the way he does in the cartoons. He-Man fights Goatman. Oh, we'll get to Goatman in a second. But He-Man, what's the guy from '87, Frank? What's the guy with the hooks name?
cards.
Cards.
Yeah.
He-Man fucking puts that guy up in the wall with a sword.
Right. He pinned him to the wall, impaled him.
Impaled him
That
to the
that
wall.
was a moment that I gasped.
Yeah, and then he pulls out the sword.
Yeah.
It was great.
He's
It was
fine.
great, but it was so far from filmation that it
Yeah.
really shocked me. I have to say. It was
I was honestly
And
shocked.
we can go into it a little bit when we get to that point, because I have some thoughts on why it worked for me.
Go
As
ahead.
violent and as brutal as it was, I have reasons
Yeah.
for why it worked.
I
for
liked
me.
it actually.
hmm
I
But I
think-
agree. It was shocking. It was shocking to see that level.
Yeah.
I was the first shocking part was when he ripped off Trapjaw's arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was because he was like, ah, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like, oh, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, okay, it's his robot arm, whatever. Then when
Well, and then he felt bad about it later too. I
Yes,
think
he
that
did,
kind
he
of helped the moment. He's like, that doesn't feel like something I should be doing.
then when he killed 87 dude, right? And then when he's fighting Goat Man, right? He's fighting him, whatever. But for those who don't know, the red goat guy, there's this big monster red dude who looks like a goat. He's got what do they call antlers, ram, what do they call antlers, right?
Ram horns. Yeah.
Ram
Yeah.
horn.
Yeah, I
He
say
pulls
antlers.
off- remember Goat Boy from Motley Crue, Saturday Night Live. So he pulls off the guy's horn, rips off the dude's horn, and then stabs him in the fucking neck.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
It was a Mortal Kombat fatality, because then he just
Yeah.
uppercuts him into the lava. It was
And then,
awesome.
yes, that's what I'm saying. This is the stuff they're not showing in the trailer, which of course they're not showing this, but this is the stuff that people they're missing out on.
Right.
This crazy ass action where it's like I don't know if you guys seen Mando and Grogu. This blew Mando and Grogu 100% away in action and everything.
I would.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? With even the spaceships. I was so pumped up for Mando and Grogu. Sigourney Weaver's gonna be in it. What you see in the trailer is all we got from Sigourney Weaver. That's it.
10 minutes. About 10
Yeah,
minutes.
that's it. The same with thing we see in the trailer. That's what I thought was gonna happen in this movie, but no. And like Beastman, the villains, Trapjaw, Triclops. Okay, we barely saw Triclops, but the few times we did see Triclops, he was kicking ass.
Yeah, he was cool.
You know what I'm saying? But
Just wish his visor moved.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see it rotate.
rode around while he's fighting He-Man up close, shooting him like that. But what do you think about the sorceress? Mean
I
old
liked her.
lady.
I love her.
Mean old lady.
That was another. I wanted to see more of her, especially with like
I agree with
Wha-
that.
what she was up to. But I learned today that the upcoming Wings of Fate comic deals with that, with what the
Oh.
sorceress is doing, and another character who's helping her.
I really liked her introductory scene when Adam is narrating and the kids are talking, and then they look up to the sorceress. What is worrying her? What is happening? And you see the terror in her eyes, and you know that's Skeletor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
really like that. It
That's
was
good
very brief, but you got a lot of information from that.
I 100% agree with you because when they cut to her, she looks so she's alert, like scared, like shit.
She senses it. Yeah.
She's like, He-Man. She definitely wasn't that sorcerer. She was more like this. Why do you want the power for it? I mean, what do you want the sword for? What's wrong with you?
What do you want?
Just tell me.
Exactly. Now we're getting into the good stuff, Maria.
Yeah, but Castle Grayskull's in the backyard. I mean, what happened? It became a historical building. They couldn't get rid of it when they built the rest of the kingdom.
It felt like, and kind of the way I guess kind of the cosmology of these characters kind of works in this is it almost felt like Castle Grayskull and the sorceress by extension were kind of like the local monastery.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I prefer Castle Grayskull like out in the middle of nowhere as a
Different
a
zip code.
spooky ruin, but this felt kind of more like she was the like patron saint of Eternos, kind of a thing, kind of a vibe.
It's their
I could see
tourist
that.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, when you're first watching it, and then you see the stuff you saw in the trailers, and I'm like, oh, That bridge was very popular throughout the whole movie. They did a lot of
Mhm.
scenes on that bridge.
It did.
So,
And it also seemed like where the sword is located in the castle, it seems like it's just right inside the front door.
Yeah.
You know.
Very easy to get to.
hmm
I thought the castle looked small. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I always pictured like a live action Castle Grayskull much more grand. I guess like more cathedral ceilings.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I like the design. I liked everything, but it to me just felt like when they were all standing there, I'm like, oh, there's barely any room. This is like because it's like the toy version.
Well, and it kind of it didn't have that like at least to me, it didn't feel like it had this air of mystery or I don't know. There's
Like
something a little, yeah,
Like it's not
it
as
just
sacred as what it should
yeah,
be.
it just kind of felt well, it's just there, and anybody can go walk in the front door, kind of
Yeah.
a thing.
It definitely had that feel to it.
You know, we didn't have that moment of He-Man. You know, I command the drawbridge open kind of moment, which would have been so rad.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Again, sequels.
I wonder what made them decide that to be like, let's attach it to the castle and not put it over on its own.
Yeah, because we never see the
pacing.
jaw
Merchandising.
open or anything.
It's pacing. They're like we got to get to Castle Grayskull.
Vatican City.
Yeah, exactly.
Your
Sorry. I'm somebody's asking to get jump on. Let me send them. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I just didn't like. You know what bothered me? Everybody talked too normal except for Man at Arms and King Randall. It was too much Earth tone. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't expect them to speak Shakespearean or anything like that, but it was too. You couldn't tell the difference between the way they talk on Earth and then the way they talk on Eternia.
Well, especially when you get to like the dungeon scene when they're like formulating a plan to get out, and you've got Dion with her Valley Girl accent. That was a little.
that
We're in
bothered
a
me.
we're in a dungeon.
Yeah.
It felt
Yeah, that was really weird.
that delivery really bugged me.
And what was it? I'm glad I now know that Skeletor takes his boots off when he goes to sleep at night.
Yeah,
So we all need
that
to
was
do
the
that.
weirdest. That was
Hey.
just so weird to me that he's just laying on the stone tablet with a sheet over him.
Just straight up.
Dracula or something.
Yeah.
So
It
now
was
we know that
funny.
he takes them off for sleep, and with my drawing, we now know he takes
There
them
we
off
go.
for a bubble bath.
Kenzo.
This is Kenzo from Kenzo Creations. I don't know who knows him, who doesn't know him. Kenzo, this is everybody else. Welcome,
Hello, everybody else.
Hi, Kenzo.
Hello.
How's it going? How's it going?
brother. What do you think, man? I know you gotta love this movie. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it was everything. Like, got all the feels, got all the entertainment. The best part is my kid's gonna be 13 next week, and we were walking away, and he said, "Dad, that movie was awesome."
Love it.
I didn't expect
There
to
we
like
go.
it as much as I did, so I was like, "Oh,
Yay!
yeah,
Bringing the next generation along.
yeah." It was good. It was good. Loved it.
What was who was your one of your favorite things about it that you did not expect that blew you away? Everybody else think about that too.
You know, the weight room thing was kind of funny. I thought that was, I mean,
Yeah.
that threw me off a little, but I was like, dude, okay, well, you know, they put him in where they could, and they made it funny, but you know, they made it to where we got the line, we got the good journey from you know, the old movie and stuff. So
Yes, let's
that
go
was
to that.
cool.
The Dolph Lundgren scene. That I'm
That
like,
was
don't
cool.
cry. I'm like, don't cry. And the minute he did it, he did the thing.
It was awesome.
The journey. That was badass, man. That was, and I like the way they did that. That was actually. It didn't feel forced. Like sometimes, you know, it's forced because they're having a conversation.
Well, and it worked on two levels because you've got that they're just having a conversation about weightlifting, but they're also having the conversation about passing the torch from one He-Man
Yeah.
to the other. You know, like, you're in my spot, kid. Do you have any advice for the new guy? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was.
it was
It was
good.
a great scene.
He-Man actually uses these lines with
Yeah.
Dolph
Mhm.
by the end. So
When he's-
in the moment you feel like, oh, okay, this is the cameo, this is the nostalgia, but they actually use that dialogue
Yeah.
later on, and that like kind of sets the
Does he use it during when he's talking to Skeletor?
No, he uses
No.
it when they're formulating the dungeon
Yeah,
plan
because
to
he's
get
trying to give
out.
them a pep talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's the big question, everybody. How was Skeletor to you guys?
Oh my goodness,
Fantastic.
my favorite. My favorite.
Everybody was good. Derpy, you like Skeletor? You know who he was? That was the guy with the skull.
Best part of the movie.
Best part of the
He was
movie.
great.
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments where, Jared Leto, love him or hate him, like you got to give him his credit for this role.
No
Like
question.
he nailed it. Like I was worried going into it. Well, back when he was first announced, I was worried it would just be another Joker situation. But
I like
I
his
mean,
Joker.
I don't.
I do.
I like his angel face in Fight Club.
Everybody was laughing when Skeletor was doing his jokes. And Colt had mentioned this to me, and then it was happening to me in my theater where I couldn't understand what Skeletor was saying.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't.
Yeah,
He's like crescendo. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
yeah,
was like,
that was a little weird.
and everybody he's talking very low and stuff like that. And that's not his real voice. There's no way nobody could get that. That's like freaking 4 octaves low. There's no way, you know what I'm saying? Which is fine. But he was so low and everybody was like laughing. I'm like, I didn't even fucking hear the joke. What's everybody laughing at?
Yeah.
King Randall.
I liked a lot of his mannerisms as well. Like
Yeah.
there's one moment in particular that it cracks me up every time. I think it's right around. I think it's when he blasts Moss Man and turns him into mulch, and he does that joke.
Yeah.
And it gets and people are laughing, and then there's that awkward silence, and he's just kind of standing there holding his Havoc staff, and then he just kind of twirls it a little bit. I don't know why that just.
Mossman gets no.
It really works for me.
Mossman
Second time in a row, right?
Mossman
Man.
Yeah. I really wish they wouldn't have done that. And even the joke is the same. Like
what do you say in Netflix? Smells like
in Netflix he says it smells like pine.
Yeah.
In this one it's the mulch. But I read the junior novelization, and in that they also do the pine joke. The smells like pine. And I was like, I hope that doesn't.
I noticed. I didn't notice in the promo shots or in the trailer. I actually didn't notice in the movie his Havoc staff. The way it has that cane. Now I know why it's got that curve sticking out. That's where you hold it from. That's pretty badass. If you know what I'm saying, underneath the skull.
Yeah. It's the curvature of the spine.
Yeah. So it comes out, but it's like a cane handle, and that's where he was holding it from. Like, oh, that was badass. Yeah, he looked badass with that thing. He was pretty badass. I really did like Skeletor. They did a good job. I think they did a. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I was actually surprised because like based off of like the trailer, like I honestly thought that he was gonna be serious the whole time. So when they started actually having him laugh and having him like crack jokes, I was like, that was for me like I did not see that coming because I honestly thought that they were like I was like okay they're gonna go this Shakespearean serious route, which is I was like I mean I was fine, but I was like okay this is hilarious and I love it so much more that they actually were able to like feed into like a lot of the 87 feel, but they kind of brought the other like it's kind of they melded like in such a way, and it just was I would say his was my favorite performance by far.
Well, I think they threaded that needle perfectly because Skeletor is the kind of villain where he's menacing and scary and powerful, but he also makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Because he's just so narcissistic, and I think they captured it perfectly for this movie.
I agree.
Everybody was a Joker. I'll be okay. I think Man at Arms did a little too much jokes. For me personally, for Man at Arms.
That was another weird thing. I was like, okay, he's not usually the joking around person as compared to other characters that would do that.
But they went and did the same thing like Kevin Smith's thing, where Man at Arms is down and out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They did the redemption character and the Roboto. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit there. But I'm just like, Kenzo, man, what'd you think about the action, brother? The action was crazy. Yeah?
Oh my gosh, nonstop, right? Like even at the end of it, we were talking about it. I was like, man, that was a 2-hour. We were looking at the clock. I said that it felt like 45 minutes. Like it felt like it just went by so fast because it was action packed all the way through, and just absolutely loved it all, man.
So my cousin timed it for me. I told him, he's like, hey, I'm gonna go watch He-Man, and I'm like, fucking time it for me. It's 20 minutes. It's about 20 minutes before we even see Earth. So,
Okay.
and there's a whole lot of action that happens. So everybody who still hasn't seen it yet, that's fuck Earth, fuck Earth. So from the time he gets to Earth, and from Earth, from the minute we hear the beginning of Four Non-Blondes, when Beastman starts, it's about 16, 17 minutes, he said.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not
And
bad.
by the way, how cool is Beastman? Oh my
Beastman was rad.
I'm going to bring
Oh.
it up next. That
Oh.
Beastman scene, Beastman, I don't know what it is, but this shit blew me away, man. That Beastman blew me away. It was just badass. Now, I had a couple of problems, like one with the Beastman scene, I noticed it, and it happened later on also. It's just a pacing thing. So when Beastman's on top of the car, he rips the door off, and then he's like, "I'm Beastman." Adam had this whole time, like 5 seconds, minutes. Well, what's Beastman doing? No wonder why he's a boob. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He ripped off the door, and you let the guy. And then later on, spoilers: when King Randor passes away, He-Man gets to like a whole half an hour to say goodbye to his dad. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "What's going on? Where's the rest of the people?"
And
You
they're
know?
like, go ahead, come in and talk now. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Come on, Skeletor. Yeah, he's done.
I did notice. I did notice on my last viewing that when the cave in happens, Skeletor also gets buried in the rubble.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
So
thought
We
that
don't
too.
we don't see him dig himself out, so maybe there's some cut content there, but he does get buried in the rubble, and so I wonder if that's part of why He-Man has so much time to have that heart-to-heart moment.
just that little camera shift would have made it look better, though, because then we could have, like you said, yeah.
Yeah.
We see as fans, we have to pick apart the stuff that kind of bugged us because that makes
Sure.
everything better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I say, I say no hate on Camilla because I think she did an amazing job, but like it did still like the fact that you could see she had contacts in, and she wasn't a natural redhead, and I'm like, I'm like Tila is a natural redhead, and that was the like I know that's like I said she did a great job with it. I can't complain about that, but I just wish that it had been a natural redhead just because it was like you